What's good, everybody? It's your boy Humps from Ather Gaming, and today guys come to you with a brand new deck profile. But before we get into that, guys, make sure you guys like the video, make sure you guys are subscribed, and make sure you guys hit that notification bell so you guys get notified as soon as I upload content, so you can be the first one to watch it. Without further ado, guys, let's get straight into this deck profile. So guys, starting off the deck profile, we play the one shirt. Yes, I know he's at 3, but right now I'm just playing around with the one shirt because this deck kind of has like a primary engine, and then the Nekroz cards are like the fallback engine of the deck, which I personally think is really good. But basically, shirt says if he would be used for the ritual summon of like a Nekroz monster, you can use him as the entire tribute, and then if he's used as the tribute, you can like add one Nekroz warrior type monster from your deck to your hand. So he's really good. Obviously you can see why this card was put to 1 or like even like banned, was literally just because of Nekroz and how prevalent it was in the meta game. But as of now, of course, Nekroz can be released to full power, which we have witnessed right now, and that's why I think that one shirt is enough. But yeah, moving on to the next card is our double Nekroz of Brionac, and basically Brionac's effect is when he's on the field, you can target 2 monsters that were special from the extra deck and shuffle them back into the deck, and then his hand effect is you can pitch him and you can add any Nekroz monster from your deck to your hand. So Brio is really good because he helps you get into this card, which is our Nekroz of Colossalus. Now Colossalus, his effect is in the hand you can pitch him and you can add one Nekroz spell or trap card from your deck to the hand, and he's really good. But his on-field effect is you can quick effect target one monster that will special from the extra deck and negate its effect. So now all these cards are really powerful. Brio and Colossalus. Colossalus is really good because he can get you any spell, but if you have Brio, technically Brio gets you any spell because you can pitch Brio to get you Colossalus, and then Colossalus will get you the spell, and then the spell can like revive Brio or Colossalus. So like you guys can sort of understand why this is really good. And like say you have shirt in hand, shirt will just roll you for like another one of these guys, so you can like potentially summon both of them. So it's really good. Yeah, so anyways, that's it for those guys. Then we play the double Nekroz of Trishula. No, I don't play 3 because again it's not a ritual summon focused deck. It's more of like a linked synchro spam sort of deck where then you just throw out the ritual monsters. But Trish is really good, but again we play a go first deck, so you know it's kind of really hard to utilize Trish to the fullest when you go first, because Trish has the effect where, as like regular Trish, synchro Trish does, is you can banish one from the field, hand, and like grave. But for Trish's effect to resolve, you actually need your opponent to have a monster, so he's like not that good going first, but going second is really nice, which is why I like playing 2, because you know you actually want to open this card going second, but it is sort of like a brick going first, but it doesn't even matter. Then he has the effect where you can pitch him and then negate like a card or effect that targets like a Nekroz monster, so he's really good in protecting your Unicorn. Moving on to more protection cards, we play the one Nekroz of Valk. You can up this card to 2, to be honest. You can like cut like a Trish down, but personally I'm just rocking with the 1 right now because I wanted to make space for other cards in the deck. But basically Valk's effect is like you can pitch him when your opponent declares a battle, banish a Nekroz card from your graveyard, and then end the battle phase. So he's really good because it just like skips your opponent's like battle phase, so now they can't really do damage to you, so now they're forced to go into like M1 or M2, and if you have Unicorn on board, basically their M1 and M2 is like useless. So, and then he has the effect where you contribute 2 monsters and then draw 2 cards. So Valk is really good in what he provides in this deck. Yes, you can play him to 2, but right now I just rather play him at the 1. But now moving on to the newest addition, like the newest old addition to, is we are playing the triple Nekroz of Unicorn. Now what Unicorn says is he is a skill drain for all monsters special summoned from the extra deck, and that's actually really hurtful to a lot of these decks that sort of like rely on Needle Fiber to like climb into higher monsters that like kind of let you manipulate the board state in their favor. Unicorn just says no, and then he's level 4 2300 attack monster, so it's already hard to deal with him by you relying on your main deck monsters that like have effects. But then on top of that, if you have cards like Valk, if you have cards like Trish, it just stops your opponent from actually just dealing with Unicorn altogether. And you can literally just turn off decks in like matter of seconds. So Unicorn is really good. And the current metagame though, obviously decks have adapted to deal with Unicorn. He still is a problem, and you still have to play 3 of this in like literally any Nekroz deck just because the utility he provides. And again, he's a level 4, so he gives you like more and more access to like your rank 4s. But moving on from Unicorn, we play the Cyber Angel Benten. Now Benten's effect is when she's used as a ritual tribute, like she can search you a light fairy monster. So that's where our Arc Lord Christia comes. Now Christia is really good because basically her or him To be honest, we don't assume genders again, it's 2020, but you can literally just summon Christia at the end of your combo, lock your opponent out special summoning, and win the game. This Christia paired with like Unicorn is like GG almost, technically speaking, and for the most part, like these combo decks can't really keep up with it, so this is why that these cards are like super ridiculous in what they provide. But anyways, moving on to the normal summons of the deck, we play the double Manju, not triple. Again, Manju is really good because like you normal them and get anything you want. So say you already have a field ritual spell, or you already have like the ritual monster, you can get the other missing piece to like start turboing off your plays even more. But to be honest, you don't really want to play 3 Manju because you don't want to clog on the normal summons. We are playing a better normal summon, but Manju is really insane, don't get me wrong. And like a more pure ritual variant, Manju is like the key to go and like the way to go. So yeah, but moving on from Manju, the reason why we play only 2 Manjus is because we want to play 3 Despot 003 gang. Despot 003 is like essentially tour guide, where you can like summon another Despot monster from your deck. And the reason why this deck functions the way it does is because he'll tutor out your Despot 001. Now this card is not a hard one to return. Basically his effect is when he's in the graveyard and 2 or more machine type monsters are special summoned at the exact same time, you can special summon from the graveyard. Really good, right? Not a hard one to return though, and this is the way that we can abuse this card, guys. One of the main ways we abuse Despot 001 is by playing Mecha Phantom Beast Coldwing. Now he says when he's special summoned, you can special summon 2 Mecha Phantom Beast tokens onto the field. They're level 3s, and you have to control Mecha Phantom Beast monster to activate and resolve this effect. And then his levels increase up to the total levels of tokens on the field, and you guys will see why this is so important. But essentially, you summon the 2 tokens and you reborn both your double Despots again, and I'll show you guys in the combo why this is really important. Then moving on, we play the triple effect Veiler. You can play 1, but in the combo you really need to be able to dump a level 1 monster or a level 2 monster for Riser Dragon. And personally speaking, I think that effect Veiler is the best because it also is a hand trap, and a lot of people have been playing this card. You can make space for Ash Blossom, like I said, like maybe even cut Manju to 1 and then put in Ash Blossom, but I just think Veiler personally is really good. And then of course we play triple Nibiru, one of the biggest impact cards like in the combo heavy format, because he just wipes the whole board. You can't search this card, and this card doesn't really bother us all too much because worst case scenario we end on like a Unicorn, Nibiru the whole board, and then we just do everything again turn 2. So yeah, this card is really good. Moving on to the spell cards, you play triple Call by the Grave because again we're playing like a combo deck that wants to go first, and Call by the Grave is super essential in that regard. Again, you want to be able to stop hand traps and play through it, and in this current format there's like 12 hand traps per deck almost, so Call by the Grave is literally a mandatory staple. Moving on to the ritual spells, we play 2 Nekroz Cycle. Cycle is really good because he lets you summon a Nekroz monster that's in your hand or graveyard, so this card like lets you recur a lot of your resources. Like, you know, if you have like Brio pitch Colossus get cycle, and then like cycle like send a monster and then like summon the Brio, so he's really good. They play the 1 Kaleidoscope. Kaleidoscope is really good because this is like the reason why you can summon almost any ritual monster in your deck, because it like lets you mill a monster from the extra deck. So you can like send the Herald Search, send an Entis Pop, send like 5-head Dragon, send like Mega Fleet, really good. And then we play the 1 Nekroz Mirror. Now Mirror is really good because like you can banish monsters from your graveyard to ritual summon, so again like more recursion. I think that this lineup is perfectly fine. Obviously you don't want to break too much on the Nekroz spell cards, and I am playing like a more combo heavy version, so that's why I don't play too much. But if you guys want to see a pure Nekroz ritual turbo deck, make sure you guys comment it down below. But yeah, we're gonna keep going with the deck profile. We play double Prep of Rites. Now not 3, because again we're playing a combo heavy deck. Yes, you can play Saravis if you do so choose, but I think that Prep is really good because you can add 1 level 7 or lower ritual monster from your deck to your hand. Then you can add 1 ritual spell card from your graveyard to your hand, so it's like additional resources. Maybe it's even an extender. Like say for example you already have this card in your hand with the combo, you can prep and you can add Unicorn, and then you can go like add this card back and then use cycle to like summon a Unicorn, or like use mirrored summon Unicorn, so it's really good in that regard. The 1 Rhoda to search like Shurit, to search our Unicorn, to search our Colossalus, really good in what it provides. And then triple Imperm because it's like again the second best hand trap in this current format, because you cannot call by the grave it. And like Nibiru plus Imperm like really helps break a lot of boards, because you go like Nibiru, you go Appaloosa Gate, you go Imperm, see you later, nerd, wipe their whole board. Then moving on to the not the extra deck yet, sorry. We're just gonna go on and show you guys like what other versions of the deck you can play. So you can play like with the incantations, and I can show you again if you're playing like a ritual turbo deck, you play the incantations for sure because they let you enable so many plays. Then again, you can play like the go second version where you play like dark rulers, you play like evenly, you play like extravagances, and essentially what you want to do is you just want to stop your opponent's board, and then you want something like cards like Brio to bounce, Trish to nuke the board, and then just want to break your opponent's board like that. Moving on to the extra deck, we play, of course, the one Needle Fiber and the one Mecha Fan Beast Auroradon, and that's it for the Link monsters. Yes, you guys may be surprised, but again, you don't really summon that much from the extra deck in terms of Link monsters, because Auroradon actually locks you into not special summon Link monsters, so he's really good in that regard, and this deck really capitalizes on it. Then moving on, we play the one Dugaris. Dugaris is really good because you can like overlay 2 level 4s, Detach, and Reborn, and basically you guys will see just in a moment here why I think Dugaris is really important to this deck. Then you play Granite Loyalist or Gallant Granite. Basically what his effect is, like worst case scenario, you just summon him and then search Nibiru and now stun your opponent for a turn. Then we play the triple Herald of the Arclight, super crucial to the combo. When he's sent to the graveyard, you can add like spell trap card, or I think it says, yeah, you can add one ritual monster or one ritual spell card from your deck to your hand. And you guys will see in the combo, we literally abuse all 3 Heralds of the Arclight in this combo. Moving on, we play the one Crystron Quandax. This can be any level 4 tuner monster, but I just feel like Quandax like gives you the most utility, to be honest. Then moving on, we play the one Ultimate Zolkin. You guys will see in the combo. The one Riser Dragon, we got the one Boral Savage Dragon, the one Crystal Wing, and then for our Kaleidoscope targets, we got Antis, we got Mega Fleet, and we got 5-Head Dragon. But yeah, that's for the deck profile, guys. Now let's quickly get into the combo. So starting off with the combo, guys, it is literally just one card combo that nets you so much advantage and actually gives you a pretty formidable board and just Despot 003. So without further ado, guys, we're just going to quickly get into this combo and hopefully you guys like it. So yeah, go ahead and go normal summon Despot 3, use Despot's effect to get 001. Now we're going to go ahead and Nekroz summon for Noodle Boy. Noodle Boy's effect is going to activate to summon our second Despot 001. Now that our graveyard is loaded, we can go ahead and go into Mecha Fan Beast Duraludon or Auroradon. If you understand why I call it Duraludon, shoutouts to you guys. We're going to use Auroradon's effect and we're going to summon 3 tokens. Now this is going to trigger both of our Despots to summon them from the graveyard. And now these are level 3s, so what that gives us is access to Herald. So you make 1 Herald here, make another Herald here, so that's 2 Heralds. We're going to overlay 2 level 4s into Dugaris. Again, guys, if you are not new to my channel, you know how much I love Dugaris. So now we're going to go ahead and use Dugaris effect. We're going to detach both Heralds. And we're going to reborn our Despot 001. And this is going to trigger both of our Heralds. So basically, Herald 1 is going to get us Brio. Herald 2 is going to get us Ben 10. Now from here, what we're going to do is we're going to Synchro Summon again into another Herald of the Arclight. Okay? Now we're going to use Auroradon's effect to pop 2 cards to special summon a Mecha Fan Beast monster from our graveyard. And you guys can see right here, what's going to happen is going to go Chainlink 1, Chainlink 2. Herald is going to search our Kaleidoscope. And now Colt Wing is going to summon us our 2 tokens, so 2 level 3 tokens. And now since 2 machine type monsters were summoned, again, we're going to get our double Despots again. Like this is why like pre-GX cards and like GX cards are so insane, because they're not hard ones to turn. So now what we're going to do is we're going to turn 1 token and Despot away into our Quandax. Now Quandax is really important because he's a level 4 tuner synchro monster, so he's really important because you guys will see in a few moments. But right now we're going to use our Despot and our 1 Cold Wing, not both tokens. We're just going to use Despot and our Cold Wing, and we're going to summon Savage Dragon. And you guys will see I rectify it right here where I summon back the token. Essentially, Cold Wing turns himself into, like, his level is equal to like the level of Mech Fan Beast monster on the field. But since you have a level 3 already, Cold Wing actually goes to 7. I actually did the miscalculations, but I fixed it later on. But yeah, Cold Wing goes to 7, so you actually leave the token on board. You don't need to get rid of it. So it's a 1 and a 7 into a Savage Dragon, which is an 8. And it's really important that you keep the token, because now that lets you get into your Riser Dragon, which is a 7. And now, like I said, Riser Dragon's effect is going to activate to send the Veiler to the graveyard. Now he's a level 6. And now we're going to use Brio's effect, like I said, to get our Colossalus. Now this is when it gets a little crazy. Then we use Colossus effect and we're going to get Cycle to our hand. And now what we're going to do is we're going to use our Cycle and pitch our Ben 10 to summon our Brio from the graveyard. And now Ben 10 is going to trigger to add us our Crystio. Now that we have 2 level 5 or higher monsters on the field, we can get rid of these boys and we can Synchro Summon our Ultimate Zolkin. Now basically what Zolkin says is when a spell trap card is set, you summon 1 Synchro Dragon from your extra deck. So now we're going to summon our Crystal Wing. And now what we're going to do is we're going to summon our Crystia, because you got the 4 fairies, 1, 2, 3, 4 fairies in the graveyard. Everything else like a machine and like a warrior and like a spellcaster. So now we can do that. And yeah, so now we got the Christia. Christia will add back our Ben 10. And that's about it for the combo. Basically, what one card netted you on is a Borreload Savage Dragon, which negates anything, a Crystalwing Monster negate, and Christia, which literally stops you from special summoning. And now you have lethal on game on the follow-up turn, no matter what your opponent does. You still have like Kaleidoscope worst case scenario, but again, Christia is locking up, but it doesn't really matter because you have game on board. Savage Dragon can negate cards like Evenly Match. I mean, yeah, what more can you ask for from a Nekroz deck? If you guys want to see a more like pure ritual spam Nekroz heavy deck, make sure you guys let me know in the comment section below, and I'd be glad to bring that to you guys. But again, this is Hamza, and like I always say, make sure you keep on shining and chase your dreams. Peace.